welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Deborah, a freelance brand designer. Today I'll be taking you behind the scenes of my design process for a mental health support brand called Nurtana. I'll be showing you how I take a concept from just an idea to a intentional brand design. This is one of those projects where the art of the brand really guide the visual, and honestly those are my favorite kind of projects. Let's start with the brand name. It's from the word nurture and nature. The concept of nurture, this speaks to the active support, the moderation, the evidence-based resources, the structure of the community. It's the how we help. And then the second concept, which is nature. This represents the innate human ability to heal and grow. For this brand, it's not about fixing people, it's more about creating the right environment for them to strive, like a gardener tending to a healthy soil. So based on these two concepts, I came up with different names and finally settled on the name Nurtana. It's a mental health support community that aims to give people a safe space to heal, connect, and grow. First, I do some research on what's already out there, checking similar brands in the market, analyzing competitors, and making sure the name is available and makes sense for the target audience. Basically, it's all the groundwork that needs to happen before I even start sketching. Next is the concept development. So from the beginning, I know this brand needed to feel soft, warm, and welcoming. So I wrote down a few words to guide me through the process. This is what helped me make decisions intentionally, whether it's the shape, the colors, or the typography. For me, I don't rush through brand design process because it sets the tone for everything that comes after. I always start with simple sketches. This part is more about exploring ideas and finding that one concept that captures the heart of the brand. So for Nurtana, I leaned into organic rounded shapes because soft edges feel a lot more welcoming. The goal is to create a logo that instantly communicates trust, stability, and zero judgment. The logo itself has to feel like a warm embrace. I didn't want it to be too loud or aggressive. I just wanted something that quietly whispers safety. So once I have found a direction I like, it was time to refine. So after sketching, I snapped it and I moved everything into the design software to bring it to life. So I started with the individual, the central large circle sheet slightly above the embrace. This signifies empowerment. The user is not lost in the structure. They are the most important elements rising above. For this logo, there is the foundation, which is the safe container. This is the main structure. I choose a large open U shape that feels like an arc. An arc is one of the most stable architectural forms. It conveys support and longevity. Now for the community, I made use of like 4 smaller circles, which are the peers, the support staff, the network. They are positioned to cradle the individual, offering support from all directions. This is where the logo speaks to uniformity in diversity. I didn't just scatter them randomly. They are geometrically balanced to reflect the idea that a healthy community offers reliable, measured, and consistent support, not chaotic noise. At this stage, I focus on simplifying the forms and making sure the shapes work well together. I'm paying attention to balance, making sure the icon feels stable, centered, and clear. The typography I chose is classic serif font. Now in the digital age, the serif font feels established, professional, and reliable. This detail is crucial for a health brand. It grounds the design in credibility. Now watch me go through the rabbit hole of trying to find the font. I tested out a few options until I found the one that adds that personality I was looking for. For the colors, I settled for these soft greens and earthly tones. This kind of colors naturally create a sense of calm, which is perfect for a mental health brand. I also make sure the palette is versatile. And here's when it started coming together, plain, soft, and intentional. I move on to the mockups. So the mockups are one of my favorite parts of the process because they help you and the client see the design in real life.
So I'll be walking you through how I design a clean, simple one-page brand guide for Nurtana, the mental health support community. So this is a small but powerful part of any brand identity project, and it helps to keep the design consistent across every touch point. So I'm using a work page here because it's perfect when you want to keep things clean, quick, and easy to reference. The brand guideline gives structure, and it what helps the brand stay cohesive no matter who is designing or creating the content in the future. So for Nurtana, the goal is to keep everything soft, warm, and clear. So this mini guide focus on the essentials, which is the logo, the color palette, the typography, and mockups. So nothing too complex, just the right structure to keep the tone. When doing brand identity design, brand guides are really important. Brand guides are like the rule book that keeps your brand consistent. When your visuals are clear and your message becomes stronger, and when everything looks intentional, people take you more seriously. That's why even a one pager like this can make a huge difference. A mini brand guide like this is perfect for early stage brands that need clarity fast without the weight of like a 20-page document. It gives enough direction for consistent visuals and messaging while staying light, flexible, and clear. So this little document carries so much power. It sets the tone, protects the brand, and makes everything easier moving forward. That's it with the mini brand guide, and next let's proceed to Behance. In this video I'll be uploading the portfolio on the Behance. Once you get your Behance profile, you want to click on create a new project, and we are going to start the new work. So what we currently have here, so I already have it and I'm going to get started. So I'm going to start with the cover image. So for the cover image, and I'm going to go with number 1. I've already named it like the way I want it to be arranged. So I'm going to gradually wait for that to upload. Yes, I'm going to give it, and let's go to the next step. What I pretty much just drag and drop, and I'm going to see if that's going to work. Okay, about the brand, okay. I would like to do a photo grid of the social media content I've done. So I like to use like a photo grid for that part, and I'm thinking of using it for I use it as a preview for a particular place. I want it and this place, so I'm just going to click this. It's my tag here. Click on the photo grid, then add your photos here. So I'm just going to drag my 6 pictures from here, the particular way I want it to be. So let me just sort it by name first. Okay, pick everything, then bring it over here to draw, and let's see what it has to do. Let's wait for it to publish. Loading. Yeah, publish. Woohoo! Finally, I just get to wait a bit, and I'll allow it to load so that I'll be able to see it in like full HD. Yeah, and this is what I actually use for the thumbnail as well. This is the video. So yeah, that's it for the portfolio.
For this project, I like how simple and intentional everything is. I didn't want to overcomplicate it, and I think that's something more brands need. Your logo doesn't have to scream to be heard. Sometimes it just needs to feel right. Nurtana represents calm, trust, and gentle growth, and I'm glad the visual identity reflects exactly that. If you enjoyed watching this process, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more behind the scenes of brand design. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.